Hello everyone, welcome back to Sports Today. A bit of a breaking news update for you from the world of cricket. The BCCI has announced the squad for the ODI series that will be taking place in Bangladesh, and there's one very key name that is still missing from the squad, and that is, of course, Ravindra Jadeja. Now, Jadeja, remember, he had undergone a knee surgery in September, and that had forced him to miss not just, of course, he forced him to miss the World Cup, and due to that, most people thought that he might just end up being fit for this particular series, but that's not really been the case. He will not be part of the squad. That is, in fact, confirmed at this point. Jadeja is not part of that squad that will be going to Bangladesh for the ODI series. In fact, I'll just quickly rattle off the ODI squad for you guys that the BCCI have confirmed on Twitter. So you'll have Rohit Sharma as the captain, KL Rahul with the vice captain. You have Shikhar Dhawan, Virat Kohli, Rajat Patidar, Shreyas Iyer, Rahul Tripathi, Rishabh Pant, Ishan Kishan, Shahbaz Ahmed, by the way, who is the replacement for Ravindra Jadeja in this particular squad. You have Akshar Patel, Washington Sundar, Shardul Thakur, Mohammad Shami, Mohammad Siraj, Deepak Chahar, and Kuldeep Sen. So that is, in fact, your squad for this particular ODI series. Now, again, as we had said, Jadeja is obviously the big miss from this particular squad, because most people expected that he would actually be fit by now, but unfortunately that's not really the case. He hasn't yet sufficiently recovered from his knee injuries, still under monitoring, so will not be available for this particular series. Other than that, it is worth noting that this squad is pretty much as close to a full strength squad that India have put out for this particular series, because again, you have all the big wigs, most of the players who are in fact resting from this particular series that is going on currently in New Zealand are back in the squad. So Rohit Sharma is back, KL Rahul is back, Shikhar Dhawan obviously is pretty much only an ODI player at this point. Virat Kohli is back, and if you look at there is some space in the squad for players who are relatively newer on the scene, because you have, of course, as I mentioned, Shahbaz Ahmed, who is essentially the replacement for Ravindra Jadeja. Then beyond that, you also have Rahul Tripathi, who has been in a couple of India squads but is yet to make his debut for the side at this point. You also have Rajat Patidar, who's been in some really good form, and remember, he had a very, very good IPL as well. And most people thought he was due a call up sooner rather than later. He too has been given another call up, but again, still to make his India debut. Beyond that, though, it's a very strong looking India team, especially if you look at the pace bowling lineup. You have Shardul Thakur, you have Mohammad Shami, Mohammad Siraj, Deepak Chahar, and of course Kuldeep Sen. Kuldeep Sen being another one who, of course, only is getting a call up recently. He has been part of the India, camp, let's say, but that's mostly been as a nets bowler. He hasn't officially been called up or gotten a game at this point. He's now been, of course, named in the squad, so good on him as well. But other than that, as I said, it's a very full-strength squad that will be traveling to Bangladesh for this ODI series, which in a way does make sense, because India will also be playing a test match series there that will be part of the World Test Championship. So there will be some focus on that as well. But beyond that, there is, of course, going to be a focus on building a team for the next year's ODI World Cup. So beyond that, obviously, as I said, that's the breaking news update for you guys. If you're just joining us, the India squad has been named for the ODI series, and most of the big wigs are back. There are, of course, a few notable exceptions who are missing. Ravindra Jadeja still not fully fit. Shahbaz Ahmed comes in his place, but there's also place for some youth over the experience as well. You have Kuldeep Sen, you have Rajat Patidar, who of course wouldn't be necessarily considered, and then Rahul Tripathi, who also comes in the same category, is not made his India debut yet, but has been part of a couple of squads. So that's it. It's a very strong looking squad for India, and that's it. However, for this, let's see how it is that they can fare in Bangladesh. That's it, of course, from my side on this particular breaking news update. Thank you guys for joining us. As always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave us a comment, and of course tap that bell icon if you haven't already. Don't forget to also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And last but not least, don't forget to download the SportsTalk app, where you can get all the live and exclusive updates from India's tour of New Zealand, and also all of the live highlights, as well as full match highlights and goal highlights from the FIFA World Cup, free of course. So what are you waiting for? Download the app. Right now I'm taking your leave, but do stay tuned. We have plenty more coming, because there's good World Cup action going on right now. So join us for that. For now, goodbye.